Hey, what are they? Take a good look. As you can see, there's a hook and a spur. And on this one, can't see it, but kind of a combination. Hook and spur. Well, these are lamps. Yes, lamps. These two here, similar, Scottish in origin, Scottish in invention, but American. In other words, the Scots invented these things and the world really liked them, so they exported them. The ones you're looking at there, those two, are probably late 1600s. And then this one here is mid to late 1700s. They're grease lamps. And this is most likely what you would find in the American colonial home, especially these two. So if you were to go back in a time machine, say to the Revolutionary War or before, and walked into the average home of the day, this is what would light the home at night, not candles. Candles were a luxury. And what you do, you took animal fat or grease of some type. If you were lucky enough to get some type of oil, you would fill the receptacle and you would put a wick. Now these, because they were designed in Scotland, they thought that having 4 places for a wick could increase or decrease the light. So if you really needed quite a bit of light, you put 4 wicks in. If you needed less, you would decrease the wicks. And this type of design of having an open bowl with a wick attached somehow goes back all the way to Adam and Eve. That's the way it was. Now what you see here, these are all made by blacksmith, a hook and a spur. And the hook is obvious. You could put it on the back of a chair, move the chair around, take the light with you. You could hook it onto anything that would secure it. And the spur would be driven into a chink in the wall or a crack in the wall, and that would secure the lamp. Of course, these were dangerous, open flame, open fuel, and caused many fires. When you put the wick in, one of the problems was that the wick would wick up too much fuel. The fire or the flame could not keep up, and it would drip onto the floor. So later design here, and as you could see, you have your hook here. If you look at this one, you could see that it's a bowl in a bowl. So you got your top portion here where you would put your fuel. Right there you'd put your fuel. I can get that in the light there. Now you put your fuel, then you put your wick on the end there, and anything that would drip into the lower receptacle there, and then you can empty it back in when you are ready. And so these two here especially are very, very old and very primitive. And that's what you use. Can you imagine? That's what you lit your home with in the evening. And if you really wanted to read, you would put 4 wicks in, and if you just needed a little bit of lamp light, you just did 1. And this one, of course, 1 wick only. Sometimes these are called Betty lamps. They are not Betty lamps. These are really called cruisy lamps, because cruisy is a term for a lamp in Scotland. A Betty lamp is similar to this, but it would have a lid on it that had a hinge, and where the wick was, they had a metal tube you put the wick in, and that improved lighting. But that didn't occur till 1800. And then after that, slowly but surely, we got the lamps that were totally enclosed, like whale oil lamps and kerosene lamps. I'll just grab one here, similar to those. That came a little bit later. This is 1820s, so a big difference in safety, especially, and in performance. So this is what you lit your home by. There's even in these still some grease and some oil. And that right there is, sorry for the camera, I'm trying to get that to focus. It's a nice little hook, and it's all done by hand. And that's what you used back in the day. The other one fell over. And of course, take a good look at that. They kind of combined the hook and the spur together later on in time. So that's what you lit your homes by in the 1600s and 1700s. Thanks for watching.